the Jesus gon' rock right. In the Jesus gon' rock right. At the shows gon' rock right. We go with the brothers, bro, you know how we do. Independent in the Jesus gon' rock right. In the Jesus gon' rock right. At the shows gon' rock right. We go with the brothers, bro, you know how we do. When they pump it in the Jesus gon' rock right. In the Jesus gon' rock right. At the shows gon' rock right. We go with the brothers, bro, you know how we do. When they pump it in the Jesus gon' rock right. In the Jesus gon' rock right. At the shows gon' rock right. We go with the brothers, bro, you know how we do. When they pump it in the Jesus gon' rock right. In the Jesus gon' rock right. At the shows gon' rock right. We go with the brothers, bro, you know how we do. When they pump it in the Jesus gon' rock right. In the Jesus gon' rock right. At the shows gon' rock right. We go with the brothers, bro, you know how we do.
What's up, everybody? What's good? It is your diva in knowledge, Lady Mocha. It is Friday. We made it. We made it. We made it. What's good, everyone? Big ups to everybody who's in the chat room tonight. Big ups to Shar. Thank you for being first and holding it down for me. Appreciate you. Thank you to all of my subscribers, those who've been with me from the beginning, those who just subscribe, and this is your first time here tonight. I welcome you to Lady Mocha's Cafe Der Paris family. Appreciate your presence, and I thank you for being here. Now, with no further ado, as I promised to all the guys, last week when I did a content for the ladies, I did a content for the ladies regarding to what I would like to call build the bums. I did a content for the ladies basically explaining to women that they need to be very careful and very cautious when it comes to these specific group of men known as builder bums. And basically builder bums are men who take advantage of women, who make a living off of women, and basically that is how they survive. They survive by taking advantage of women. They live in these women housing. They have, they have the woman paying the bills, and they basically freeloading and living off of these women. And basically a lot of women put themselves in a position to be used, to be pimped out, because they take in men who don't have nothing to show for it. And what happens is sometimes when women reach a certain level of desperation, they will take a chance to pick up a guy who they know don't have nothing, and they're willing to try to work with him. If they'll buy his clothes, they'll buy his Jordans, they'll pay to get his hair cut. They don't mind supporting the man regardless of what. What's up, Poetic? Appreciate you for coming. Thank you for stopping by. So basically, as I stated, you have a lot of women out there, they get to a level of desperation to where they are willing to sponsor a brother. They're willing to sponsor him. And I'm not saying all black men do this and all black men are users or freeloaders. What I'm saying is you have a specific certain type of dudes that target lonely, desperate women that are willing to do anything just to say she has a man. Now, I did content for you ladies last week on how to avoid dealing with these breeder men known as builder bums. I hooked y'all up last week. I did a content for y'all, and I appreciate all the guys who was in the chat room when I was going in on the builder bums. I must admit, I appreciate my guys for being good sports, even though the content was kind of raw and cut, and I was giving some of these brothers out here a hard time, but I appreciate the fact that, y'all allowed me to educate these black women to stop dealing with these simps, and y'all hung in there the whole chat room, and y'all was supportive. Y'all didn't get offended. That's what I love about men. Men are so different from women. They could sit up there and take beatings, and they won't feel any type of way. You know what I mean? Thank you, Gabriel. I appreciate it so much. I appreciate you with your damn cat jokes. And thank you so much, Mr. Bell, for the $5 donation. I'm so grateful. I'm very appreciative. Thank you so much. So, like I stated, the guys was good sports. When I was schooling the sisters, I was educating the sisters about these bum ass dudes. None of the guys got in their feeling. The guys represented. They was cool. So I appreciate all my male subscribers for allowing me to educate these women about avoiding certain brothers. And y'all didn't get in y'all feelings. And I appreciate all my men in here for being very mutual. Well, tonight, ladies, fortunately, it is your turn. Tonight, I'm going to look out for the guys. I'm going to do content for the men, but you are welcome to be here. You are welcome to join along. Moderators, be on deck, because Bukisha might get mad because I'm schooling the brothers to avoid sisters like her. So To all my moderators, if you see a sister coming up in here, or you see a brother coming up in here trolling and getting out of character, hand them the eviction letters. It's as simple as that. Because here we all about learning, we all about growing, we all about positive energy. We don't do negative energy, okay? So as promised, as I told you guys, tonight was y'all night, and it's all about you guys tonight. For all of you ladies who missed out on my content for the ladies, you can check out my old video. I still got to upload it. I did it. I think I did that video when I was Wednesday, Thursday. I don't know, but it is still in my video content. So if you ladies missed last week, I gave y'all a lot of good pointers. I gave y'all a lot of good medicine. I fed y'all with a lot of good knowledge on how to avoid these Build-A-Brum brothers and stop being desperate and picking up men and trying to make them projects and figure you can buy him and take care of him like he's another child, like he's another son. So basically, you know, y'all, you ladies, y'all are welcome to check that content out. I already hooked y'all up. I looked out for y'all. Now it's time for me to look out for the fellas. So without any further ado, tonight is the men's content. But like I said, you ladies are welcome to be here. I don't have a problem with that. My channel is very non-biased. I allow men and women to come to my channel at any given moment, but just be prepared. Some nights I'm gonna do some content for the men, and some nights I'm gonna do some content for the ladies. So if you get offended or you may feel some type of way because you don't like the material that's being displayed, you are welcome to leave gracefully. You don't have to get upset or get offended. You have every right to exit the stage gracefully, and no hard feelings. I'ma still love you anyway. So with no further ado, what's up, Art, Poetic, Uptown, D-Boys, Craig, what's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? Thank y'all for coming. I appreciate it. Now, with no further ado, we're going to get into tonight's topic. Like I said, I did content last week for the ladies about Build-A-Bums. Now, the new topic at hand is called Hoodrats to Possums. This is the topic that is on tonight's menu. Like I stated before, I broke down the elements of what a Build-A-Bear is. A Build-A-Bear is a man that makes a living off of desperate women. That is how he survives. He takes advantage of women. And it's always a woman that's desperate enough to take this type of man in, knowing he's using her, knowing he's lying to her, but as long as he's making dick deposits once a month, you know, and as long as she could spend money on him and make him her project, make him an assignment, thinking she could change him, you have a lot of women that are willing to do that. Now, for you guys out there, I have to break down to y'all what's the definition of a possum. A possum is a woman, put it this way, female, okay? A possum is a female who has had a hood rat mentality at such a young age, and she has still not outgrown it. And basically, it has put her into the stage of becoming a possum, which is an overgrown hood rat. In other words, some young hood rats grow up to become old hood rats. They don't grow up. Their maturity doesn't change. Their mentality doesn't change. Their set way doesn't change. Basically, you go from a young hoe to an old hoe. That's basically what it boils down to. What's up, cool gent? And you men have to be very cautious. You have to be you have to have strong discernment whenever you come across these type of females. In other words, you might could take a possum from out the streets, but you can't take the streets from out the possum. This woman has made a living hustling men all of her life, okay? Hustling men has become a way of survival. The reason these types of women have the advantage of getting over on men is because there's always a simp or a sucker that is quick to empathize and sympathize with them without knowing their whole true story. So today, I'm going to break down all of the elements. I'm going to give all of my guys out there, I'm going to give you some tips. And to you ladies, I'm glad that you're here tonight, because maybe you have possum tendencies and you just don't know it. Maybe you got undercover hood rat possum tendencies and you really don't think you have it. Well, maybe if you taking all of tonight's info with this content, it may give you a reality check. It may help you to open your brain pause to see, damn, I must be a hood rat. I must be have possum tendencies. You know what I'm saying? So again, it's also for the ladies to learn, because sometimes we have, you know, messed up qualities within ourselves that we don't want to face as women. And this is the reason why a lot of us cannot get to a better level in life, because we want to stay stagnant in our way of thinking. We want to stay ignorant. We want to stay blind. We want to pretend that we don't have issues. And the truth of the matter is, a lot of us as Black women out there, including myself, we got issues. We got issues. It's up to you to want to work on those issues, or if you're comfortable being ignorant and you're comfortable being ran through, then so be it, you know, because some people are comfortable to being in a struggle. You could take a horse to the water, but you can't make them drink it. So with anything, with that being in mind, I'm definitely going to go ahead and go into the elements of how to recognize a possum, and basically the characteristics of a possum, which is what I stated, overgrown hood rat. Okay, and let me explain this a little bit further. Okay, in my opinion, women under 30, I really don't hold a lot against them, because I know a lot of them are ignorant and they still don't know any better. And the truth of the matter is, they haven't been on this earth long enough to really know the difference. They really have not been around the block enough to really know what to look for. So any female under the age of 30, I don't get on them as hard as I do with these women over 30. If you 30 and up, and God forbid, if you 40 and 50 and up, I definitely don't sympathize with a woman that old and she's still acting like a hood rat. You're no longer a hood rat. You are a possum, because a hood rat is for them young females. You over 30, you ain't no hood rat. You a goddamn possum. And that's the way I look at it, okay? So with no further ado, let's go ahead and break down the elements. This is the first, number one, characteristic of a possum. Okay, now don't forget the age frame. I said a possum is a female that's 30 and over, but still has young girl hood rat mentality. Exactly, Uptown. She's burnt out. Okay, so we're going to go to the elements. So we're going to start with the first one. Okay, the first characteristic of a possum is she has entirely too much baggage. Now, let me back up and U-turn something right quick, because I feel like this is another thing I need to address. Keep in mind, note to all men, keep in mind, possums come on many type of levels, because a lot of you men out there, y'all are still ignorant to the fact of what's really a possum, or overgrown hood rat. A lot of y'all have programmed in your mind what you think a hood rat is as a man. A lot of y'all, when y'all hear the word hood rat, you automatically think, number one, she's a Black female. That's the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear the word hood rat. The second thing is, you thinking it's a one female that's down and out, poverty, probably living in the projects, probably got 8, 9 baby daddies. You know, usually when we hear the word hood rat, that is usually the characteristic that comes to mind. Somebody, a Black female that's burnt out, got 8, 9 kids. All of them got last names. She got different baby daddies. She live in a project. She get WIC. She get food stamps. She get welfare. But let me tell y'all something. That is just one type of hood rat. Okay, that is different levels of hood radishness, if that's even a goddamn word. But that's the word I'm gonna use tonight. There's so many levels of being a hood rat / possum. Okay, first of all, she doesn't only have to be Black. I know that is all you hear. I know that is the first stereotype that comes to your mind. But let me tell y'all something. Hood rats come in different colors. Not only can she be Black, she can be Puerto Rican, she can be white, she can be Asian. You don't have to be a certain color to be a hood rat. Okay, so that's the first thing that a lot of men, y'all have to stop being programming yourselves to what you consider to be the typical hood rat. Okay, because hood rats is not so much color, it's their mindset. A hood rat has the mentality of using the man to get whatever she needs to get off of him so she can make a living. And that is not just something black women do. You got white women who do it. You got Puerto Rican women who do it. What's up, Rep? What's up, Angela? You have women, regardless of the color of her skin, that only target men who can take care of them. You have women who got this mindset. They only want to be with a man if that man could, if that man is a dude they could basically get to come up off of. Okay, so it's not just black women, because you have some of these white women out here too. They're not going to date a brother that's working out Popeyes. You got some white women, they ain't going there. You got some Puerto Rican women, they ain't going there. They ain't checking for you if you ain't making no money, if you're not an athlete, if you're not a rapper, if you're not making no major figures, they are not checking for you. Okay, so that's the first thing that needs to come out your minds. Don't think hood rats are just black women, because a lot of men who have programmed themselves to that mindset, and they call themselves crossing over and going to the other team because they think the grass is greener, they find out the hard way. You better ask Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen, white wife, even though she was white, she had a hood rat ass mentality because she cheated on him with the rapper Future. Out of all the guys she could have got a lawyer, could have got an attorney. Here it is, a white female. She chose to go after Future. And we all know the rapper Future has 8, 9 baby mamas. You know, we know his status. I can't take away his talent, but we know his status. The thing about it is, because a lot of men, y'all think y'all are playing it safe because you go to the other team. But guess what? A woman is a woman at the end of the day. Don't let the color of her skin, I don't care if she got hair growing out her hair follicles, or if she got the 12-inch kinky European weave coming down her back. Do not let what a woman looks like in your eyes manipulate you into thinking that she's not a goddamn hood rat. Because all hood rats don't look like hood rats. You got some hood rats that are very beautiful, got nice bodies. You got some hood rats that are even educated and got college degrees. You got hood rats that go to church faithfully. You got hood rats that are married. What's up, Trax Wanson? Thank you. You got hood rats on so many levels. Don't get fooled thinking because she's white, she's all right, or because she's a different color race. It's not. You're playing it safe, because it's a lot of black men out there that's getting burnt by these other women of other colors. Exactly, Trax Wanson. You have intelligent hood rats. It's so many levels of hood rats. Stop thinking that when you hear the word hood rat, it's automatically a project chick, because that's not true. You got educated hood rats with college degrees. So what? Just because a woman has certain physical characteristics, that don't take away her hood ratism. That doesn't eliminate her from being a hood rat. If she makes a living off of only going after men who she can benefit from, she's a goddamn hood rat. All right? And let me tell you something. Some of these white snow bunnies, they ain't checking for you brothers. If you working at Popeyes or you working at the goddamn car wash, they will look at you like your breath stink, just like a black woman will probably look at you with your breath stink. Okay? So don't think it's just black women you got to be cautious of, because men, I want y'all to be careful with all women. Don't just look for a certain type of woman to be cautious of. You as a man, especially if you're the kind of man, you got your stuff together, you got a good job, you know, you maintaining, you in a good place in your life, you can be the target of any hood rat. I don't care if she's white, black, or Puerto Rican, because don't no woman want to be with a broke man. So that's not just a black woman thing, that's a woman thing. Okay, no woman want to be with a man that's broke. I don't care if she black, Puerto Rican, or Jamaican, or whatever her nationality is. You know what I'm saying? Because these white sisters, because I consider them my sisters too, these white sisters, they ain't going for that. They ain't taking a brother who's struggling. It's not happening. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a black or white thing. It's a woman thing. So you cannot allow stereotypes to miscloud your judgment because they look a certain way, or because she wear her real hair. Okay, guess what? They could wear their real hair, still be hood rats. If you look at all the divorce rates in Hollywood, look at all these females, these black women and these black men that are not even together no more. You know, and that don't get it twisted. Just because a sister wear her hair natural and she don't believe in perms, she don't believe in weave, underneath that natural hairstyle, she could be a goddamn hood rat. Your hood ratness has nothing to do with your physical attributes. It has to do with your mindset. It has to do with your mentality. So that's the first thing I wanted to put out to all of my guys in here, because I don't want y'all being blinded by the smoke. Don't program in your mind what you think is a certain type of what qualify you as a hood rat. A lot of men who have done that and got played is men who thought they was being smart because they avoided the project chicks, they avoided the black chicks, they avoided the chicks who got kids. And I'm not knocking anybody who has a preference. I'm not trying to persuade a man into lowering his standards. If you know you like a certain type of woman, you as a man, you're supposed to have a preference. You're supposed to have a standard. I'm not giving you this content so you can lower your standards and deal with the type of woman you know you normally wouldn't deal with. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, don't let your stereotypes cause you to write a check that you can't cash, because there's plenty of brothers in the Hollywood. Scottie Pippen did it. Scottie Pippen been with his white wife all of them years, you know, and now that she's pushed his divorce, he got to give her half of everything. You know what I mean? So it don't matter. A woman is a woman. Okay. And another thing is, when you piss a woman off, it don't matter if she's black, white, or Puerto Rican. She gonna burn you. Just like a black woman gonna burn you if you piss off and take you for everything you got, so will a white woman, so will an Asian woman, so will a Puerto Rican woman. A woman is a woman. You make her mad, she gonna try to go for your throat. That's in all women. It's not a black, white, Puerto Rican thing. A woman is a woman. You make us mad, we turn and we go from hood rats to Evil Knievel. Exactly. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. It didn't say like a black woman scorned. It didn't say like a white woman scorned. It didn't say like a Puerto Rican scorned. Any woman, you make her mad, she's going to make your life miserable. Okay? So let's get rid of these stereotypes. Now, let me go into these characteristics. The first thing we need to look at, what's a characteristic of a possum? She has entirely too much baggage, meaning she has multiple children from multiple different men. Now, keep in mind, children is not the only type of baggage a woman can have. It's so many different types of baggage. Let me explain this a little bit further, what I mean by a woman that has a lot of excess baggage. Now, usually when we hear the word baggage, we automatically think about children. Now, this is not to say this is not baggage, because it is. No disrespect to a woman, to the women who may have put themselves in a situation, but if you are a woman and you have several children by several different men, you were not married to any of them, you were not in a relationship with any of them, you just was randomly having children from all type of men, this pretty much displays your character of being a possum or a hood rat. That's what it boy. If you under 30 and doing this, you a hood rat. If you over 30 doing this, you a goddamn possum. Okay, but either way it go, a hood rat is a hood rat. Whenever you meet a female in that situation, that already shows you her mindset, because the first thing I'm looking at is, you're not a responsible woman if you can randomly have all of these different children from all of these different men. This shows me that not only are you irresponsible, but you really don't have any self-respect for yourself. You know, if you're going around here, you got all these kids, that lets me know you don't use protection. You don't believe in condoms. You don't believe in birth control. And the point that you did it more than one time lets me know that something is wrong with your psyche. Because as hard as times are, and anybody here that's a mother, I am a mother of one child. She's 17 and she'll be 18, and may God spare her life. Anybody here that's a mother knows it is not easy taking care of these children. It is not easy mothering them, providing for them, and basically being able to be there at all times. All of us as women, we know the struggle of being mothers. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of patience, and it definitely takes money. And especially females, if you was already left before with your first child, you became a single mother from your first child, for the life of me, why you turn right back around and did a second time, third time, a fourth time, a fifth time, a sixth time, a seventh time, something is wrong with your psyche. Because you should have gone through enough of hell and struggles and turmoil to realize how hard it is being a single mom. So why would you keep adding on more to your plate? And these are the same type of females who will sit up here, piss and moan and bitch and complain about how they don't get no help, how the baby daddy ain't there, how they don't have no support. My thing is, people will sympathize with you maybe if you do it one time. We've all made mistakes. People may give you a collect 200 pass, go pass if you make that mistake once. But when you get on that second and that third and that fourth, it's no longer a mistake. It's called stupidity. That's what it is. That's exactly what it's called. If your first baby daddy wasn't there, and you turn around, you got pregnant again and again and again, something is terribly wrong with your psyche. You have a mental disorder. You may need to see a doctor. You need some counseling, because knowing how hard it is being a single mom when you don't have no support, and you have experienced the struggle and you really don't get any help, you really don't get any type of support. I cannot understand for the life of me why a lot of these females who continue to keep making the same mistake, they never learn. And a lot of them do it intentionally because they look at the fact that the more children they have, they feel like that's the more food stamps. They feel like that's the more child support. But what a lot of them are too gullible and naive to the fact to understand is child support does not cure all of your problems. Child support is just a resource for the child to be able to get the basic things that they need: clothes, food, shelter, whatever the case is. But the truth of the matter is, a dollar cannot replace a father. I don't care how much child support you get. It's going to come a point when it's going to be things you're going to go through with that child that money is not going to be able to resolve. You have a child out there being hard-headed, getting in trouble with the law, getting in fights in school. How child support is going to fix that? When you don't have, where you have tainted your children with the privilege of having a real man in their life to be a father, because the truth of the matter is these kids will not get all the benefits of having the parents that they deserve to have when both of their parents are not under the same roof. That's just the truth of the matter. When both parents are not up under the same roof and that child has to go back and forth, both of these parents, they're not really getting the adequate time and attention they really need from both parents. And this is not to say parents have not made it work. I've come from a family, my mom, my dad, we had to juggle back and forth from houses. We made it happen. But my thing is, too many females have pulled the stunt of intentionally having all of these kids, thinking that as long as I have child support, as long as I have housing, as long as I'm getting all of these benefits, they don't need a father, until they get in a situation where that child gives them all kind of hell. That child is disrespecting them. I've seen women who have done it several times and it has come back to backfire. I have one child, one donor, and been alone for 2 years, do alone, and it's tough. Why would I be a dummy again? No, not this one. Holds me too thirsty for attention. Exactly, Uptown. Exactly. Like I said, it's one thing, we make one mistake. But when you're on baby daddy number 2 and 3, something is wrong with your psyche, sis. Men, you have to be cautious of women who got too much baggage. If they got too many different children from too many different baby daddies, this already lets you know they're her character. This already lets you know this woman is very irresponsible. She's not wise, and somewhere she's not mentally all well together, because it's already hard having to do it alone with one, let alone 2, 3, 4, and 5. So something is wrong with her psyche. Now keep in mind that children is not the only type of baggage a woman can have. Okay, It's different levels of baggage. But a woman with too many children from too many multiple fathers, that's one type of baggage that is not good, and that displays simply that something is wrong with her psyche. The second type of baggage is you have some women with too much damn financial baggage. Let's face it, if you meet a female and you see that her rent is always behind, her car note is always behind. Every time you and her are talking or having a conversation, she has all of these sob stories about how she don't have no money. This is due, that is due. And keep in mind, this not just women with children who are struggling now. I know women who don't have not one child and be struggling because women with no kids, let me tell you about the trick. Let me tell you the trick to women who don't have kids. Women who don't have kids feel like they can spin and shop how they want to spin and shop because they think, but I don't have any kids. I don't have any responsibilities. But guess what? Even if you are a woman who doesn't have children, you still have to manage your money. You still have to manage your finances. So on the other hand, women who have children, some of them know, not all of them, because some of them are ignorant. They will take the EPT card and get hair bundles and Chinese food, and their children be walking around looking like they're in a third world country. But for the most part, women who have children know they have to kind of watch their finances to a certain degree because they got kids they got to feed and they got kids that they got to take care of. But women, in some cases, who don't have no children, they feel like they can shop how they want to shop, spend how they want to spend, and not thinking that, sis, just because you don't have kids, you still have to watch how you spend money. Okay, a lot of them, they will buy a Coach bag before they pay a phone bill. As Trans Wanson, their priorities are all screwed up because, again, it's this attitude of I don't have nobody to take care of by myself, so I can spend and shop how I want to shop. And women like this who have bad spending habits, guys, they're gonna put you in debt. They're gonna put you straight in debt. When you meet a woman who cannot handle her money and she's always broke, and you see she got Coach bags and you see she got red bottom shoes, but her phone bill is turned off, her lights ain't on, something is wrong with her psyche. So you have to be careful, men, of meeting women who not only got children as too much baggage, but they have too much financial baggage. She may have more damn loans than you could even imagine. Women like this, some you have some women where a materialistic lifestyle is a big asset to them. In other words, you have some women, they make a living off of trying to live beyond their means. They basically they want to make themselves look more than what they really are. In other words, their image is everything to them. You have some women, they put a lot of time and energy and effort into their image. And if it means, what's up, Phoenix? And if it means spending outside of her budget and living outside of her means to impress her friends who's struggling just like her, or to impress her family who already know the real deal, her family who already know she be getting loans and stuff. You have some women, they make their image a priority. It's all about looking like they could afford everything. They buying these expensive pocketbooks. They getting their hair done every week. They getting nails done every week. And I'm not saying there's any thing wrong with a woman pampering herself and taking care of herself. But sis, you cannot be walking around here rocking a Coach bag that you spent $800 on and you only got $20 in your pocketbook. Makes no sense. It doesn't. Some women, their image is everything to them, and they don't care if they got to go broke to make themselves look like they got everything. And the truth of the matter is, they can't afford it. They can't afford it. I knew a female, true case. I knew a female who had a child from a guy, and her and the guy had broke up, but they still was mutual. And they still decided to, basically get along for the sake of the child. So what would happen is every time that child had a birthday party or a birthday or something would come up, she would make it her business because she knew when her child's father would have a party for their son or whatever, she knew that when she went to this event, she was going to see her ex-husband's family, and most importantly, she knew she was going to see her ex-husband's wife. So she made it her business to, whenever she knew she was going to meet them and run to them at an event, she make it her business to get her nails done, her hair done, buy the most expensive outfit. And I was like, why do you go all out your way every time your ex-husband invites you to an event for your child? Her thing was, I don't want it to look like I'm struggling. I don't want him to think that I ain't got nothing, and he got his wife up there, and they got this and they got that. I ain't trying to look like I'm in a struggle. But I'm like, but sis, you are in the struggle. Yeah, and it's all good, Mr. Keep It Real. My moderators, just keep your eyes on the trollers that come up in here. You know what to do. Hand them the eviction letters. They come in here being messy. But anyway, some women, they love to live a materialistic lifestyle that they know they can't afford. Have a closet full of pocketbooks. Got a closet full of expensive shoes that she's only going to wear one time. If you're dealing with the woman in which her image is more important to her than her having something more solid for the future, then I would definitely recommend that you run from the hills, because this woman is going to put you in debt. What's up, James? Good to see you. You don't want to deal with a woman who makes who is so obsessed with the materialistic lifestyle that she's willing to put her house in debt, put you in debt, got all these loans, maxing out credit cards. You don't want to deal with the type of female that has this type of hood rat or possum mindset. Okay? So make sure, you be cautious of these type of women. All right. Now, the next type of baggage, I told y'all, the first baggage was too many kids from too many different women. The second baggage I just mentioned to y'all was financial baggage. The third baggage is dysfunctional baggage. Dysfunctional. Now, when I say keep in mind, like I told y'all, and I'll tell you again, you need to stop having a stereotype of what you think a hood rat or a possum is. Because regardless of how good a woman looks, I don't care how tight her jeans are, I don't care how nice her body is, I don't care if she wear her real hair all the way down her back, I don't care if she's light skinned, I don't care if her stomach is flat, you better make sure her brain is intact. You better make sure her mental well-being is intact, because I know a lot of beautiful, attractive women who elevator didn't go all the way up, okay? Who was one sandwich away from a picnic, one fry away from a goddamn Happy Meal. What's up, Frito OG? Thank you for coming in. Good to see you. I don't care if she got the ping, ping, pow. If her brain is not together, she's going to make your life a living hell, and you're going to be miserable with your dumbass mannequin. Because that's what she is. Y'all ever been in a clothing store and you seen a mannequin, and you know how the mannequins be dressed real nice? Ladies, guys, when you go in the mall, you know how they have the mannequins in the window. And you know how those mannequins be dressed really, really nice? But they a mannequin. They got no brain. They got nothing. They just a damn mannequin. A lot of you men are with mannequins. She look good. She dress good. She make you look good on the red carpet. She good arm candy, but she brainless. Thank you, Frito, for the $5 donation. I appreciate you. You always look out for me. Thank you so much. Yeah, and you're right about that, Mr. Keep It Real. That was the next thing. And not only you have to deal with women like this who are brainless, but because of their looks, they have a strong sense of entitlement. They feel like you should be honored that they chose you. And see, when you go after a woman's looks, if you're one of those brothers that you're so concerned, you're so consumed with how a woman looks, I'm telling you now, if looks is everything to you men out there, you're going to find yourself in a lot of miserable relationships. If a woman has to look a certain way, a woman has to, she got to have her hair a certain way, she got to look this, like that, and I get it. I get it. Everybody has preferences. I'm not saying you got to be with an ugly rhinoceros, looking chick. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, if you are the type of man looks as everything to you, you're going to find yourself in a lot of dysfunctional relationships, because the truth of the matter is, what's up, Rice? Some of these women that are very pretty and are very attractive, you have to realize women like that are so used to men catering to them because of how they look. Now, you may luck up and meet a woman that's very beautiful, independent, makes money, but at the same time, she knows how to humble herself and allow you to lead and be a man. Then that's a bonus. That's a plus. But that's like hitting a scratch off card. Very rarely you're going to find all that in one package. Very rarely you're going to find a woman that's drop dead gorgeous, successful, make her own money, will not nag you, will give you sex every night. You're not going to find a woman that has everything you want in the same package. 9 times out of 10, she's going to be lacking something. But what I'm saying is, and I'm not saying just pretty women are brainless. You got some rhinoceros, some hyena looking chicks that are also brainless. So I'm not saying that because a woman is attractive, you got to be only cautious of how she is mentally. Even these females that are not that attractive, these hyenas, you got to be cautious of them too. So my thing is, either way, whatever type of woman you're dealing with, whether she's an attractive woman, whether she's not that attractive, whether she's in shape, out of shape, make sure her brain is in shape. I don't care if she's wearing her real hair. Make sure she has a real brain under that real hair that's growing out of her scalp. Make sure she has a goddamn brain. Stop messing with these scarecrow ass females. If only I had a brain. Stop messing with these scarecrow chicks who look good but don't have a brain. You make sure you want to deal with the woman that knows how to handle her business. That knows how to hold a decent conversation. You could take out in public, around your family, around your friends, and she don't embarrass you by saying something stupid. What's the use of having a woman that's beautiful and looks like a model, but she is ignorant? She don't know what to say, when to say, and how to say it. Because some women are to be seen but not heard. Some women are very attractive, but the moment they come out their mouth is like, girl, you were so much prettier when you ain't said nothing. I'm just saying, you have to look at a woman's mental well-being, gentlemen. Before you're looking at her assets, check out her brain. You need to be around this woman for a while to see if she comes from a family with any type of mental dysfunction. Is there bipolar? Does bipolar run in the family? Does narcissism run in her family? Does schizophrenia run in her family? Instead of you checking out her booty, you better be checking out her medicine cabinet. See what kind of medication she's taking. It's very important that you learn the person that you're dealing with mental state of being. Because I don't care how good they look. If they are mental and they are crazy and they are off balance, and you pay attention and you have strong discernment, you will be able to pick up on things like that before you start to catch feelings or you invest too much of yourself into this particular type of woman. So I will preach this to you guys and tell y'all, please make sure don't focus so much on a woman's physical attributes. I don't care how big her ass is. I don't care how big her titties is. I don't care if she wears weave. I don't care if she wears her own hair. Is her brain intact? Is she the kind of woman you get in some trouble, God forbid, you can call her and say, hey, babe, I need you to help me. I got this going on. I'm in this situation. If she the real woman, she going to try to the best of her ability to give you whatever logical answer she can to help you. Unlike a damn bird brain, when you call her and you have a serious problem as a man and you need your woman to kind of beat up for you, you need her to kind of give you some real advice, Only thing she can tell you, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know what to tell you. I mean, what good is that if she looks good, she got the beauty and the booty, but when you are in a really life or death situation, or if you're in a really bad situation and you need some real intellectual guidance from her, and she cannot provide that, then what good does she have in your life, guys? One thing about it, if my husband is in a jam or he's in a situation, he can call me and I got some real logical answers to help him. You need a woman that's going to be your support system, not just somebody that's good arm candy that you could walk around and your friends could be like, oh man, she got a fat one on her. Oh man, she look good, man. Oh man, she look. What good is that? But behind closed doors, you cannot come to this woman when you're in a real detrimental situation, and she can't provide no real answers for you. What good is that? Because let me tell you something, even as a man, y'all have y'all moments when y'all get tired, y'all get weary, and y'all need a woman that's going to think fast and say, don't worry, babe, I got it. Let me handle it. Let me figure this out. Let me tell you, you need a woman who's wise, who can not only contribute her looks, but she can contribute her wisdom. Because there come a point, I don't care how good she is in bed, but if you get in a real detrimental situation, you're going to need that woman to have some real intellectual advice to provide for you. Because sex wears out quick. It gets old real quick. What else does she have to offer you besides what's between her legs? Is she the kind of woman, if God forbid you in a situation and you can't speak, can you trust her to go handle business for you? God forbid if you left this world today, can you trust her to take care of everything? Even and you may not be here to guide her and help her. That's exactly what I'm saying, Trax Swanson. We need to come off the looks. We need to come off the hair weave. We need to come off the long hair, the light skin, the brown skin, and the big booty. Does she have a big brain? Does she have a brain? Because you're going to need her to step up and be there for you in times when you can't be there for yourself. Because guess what? In relationships are about up and down. Even if you're a man and you've always handled your business and you don't mind leading, you don't mind running the house, let me tell you something. Gentlemen, y'all cannot be Superman all the time. You can't wear the red cape all the time. You can't. You're going to need a solid woman that's going to alleviate you of your stress. And I don't mean just by jacking you off, alleviating you as far as being a real support system and being able to give you logical ways of looking at situations that you may need help for. And that's very important. Fellas, we got to stop dropping the pipe off to dump. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, yeah, this woman over here may not be the most attractive. She may not be the most, got the baddest body, but if you call her, she will stop what she's doing, and you know she got your back. And that's what's important. It's about somebody having your back, whether if you broke today or you rich today, that woman gonna still love you and appreciate you regardless of whatever conditions or mishaps y'all have for one another. That's what real love is supposed to be about. Too many of you men place an emphasis on looks. Oh, I ain't into her. I ain't into black women. I ain't into heavy set women. I ain't into women who wear fake nails and fake hair. If her heart is real, that's what should matter. If her personality is real, let me tell y'all what you want to avoid. You trying to avoid the fake hair, the fake nails, the fake this, the fake that, and I get it. Everybody got their purpose, but you better make sure she don't have a fake ass personality, pretending to be something she's not. Because at least with fake attributes, you can see a fake hair when you see it. You can see fake breasts when you see it. You can see a fake ass when you see it, but you can't see a fake personality. And that's the worst because it's not that visible. You better make sure she has a genuine heart and a genuine personality. Anybody could talk a good one all day. I could tell you anything you want to hear just to make you think I'm the woman for you, and it's just a front. And when it boils down to it, you lose your job or you get hurt, I'm out. Because I ain't got no purpose for you. I was only with you because I needed you for a come up. And now that you down and you done lost your job, I can't benefit off of you. I don't want to be with you. You better ask Scottie Pippen, wife. And I agree with that, Uptown. Absolutely. Yes, don't get the exactly raw L. Don't get caught up in the Delilah scheme. Worrying about her real hair, her real nails, her real, is her heart real? Is she real? Is she really who she say she is? Cause you can remove weave, you can remove nails, but you can't remove a fake ass personality. You can't remove it. You can't. That's why I'm schooling y'all, because too many people focusing on the wrong things. The stuff you need to be paying attention to, you're not. And the stuff you should be paying attention to, you're not. So it's very important. At least a hood rat, you'll know hood rat when you see one. But the worst is one that you can't detect. That is the worst. That's the worst. Now, moving on. So like I said, you have to be careful with a woman who has too much baggage. I broke down different type of baggages for you. Now we're gonna go to point number 2. The woman that raised her is a retired possum. Women have the tendency to adopt a lot of their mother's ways, even if those ways are dysfunctional. Now, I say this all the time in my content, and I'll say it again. To all you men out there, you can learn a lot about a woman based on the woman who raised her. A woman is a product of the woman who gave birth to her. Now, this is not to say there's been some instances in which I've seen women who seen their mothers come up hard, who knew their mothers came up whorish, and they did go the opposite and made better decisions. There are some women who have strayed away from not following to the same path of their mothers, especially if their mothers had the characteristics of being a possum, which is an old hood rat. Okay. However, for the most part, you can tell a whole lot about a woman based on the woman who raised her. Exactly, Trans Wanson. Apple don't fall too far from the tree. No different than if a woman meets a man. You can tell a lot about a man based on his father. You know, if his father was abusive, his father was always on drugs, 9 times out of 10, he may adopt those same characteristics. You know, sometimes some of us are lucky and we break the generational curse, but at other times, some of us fall right into the same trap. It is what it is. Whoever his woman teaches, the one who controls her. Absolutely, Raw L. Your mother is your biggest influence. Exactly. Your mother is your biggest influence, especially if she has been the primary parent in your life all your life, especially if there was not a father there, if there was not a man in the household to balance things, if she was the only one who raised you and she'd been a gold digger all her life, a con artist all her life, she'd been a skank, a scab all her life. That's all you have been exposed to. That's all you have witnessed as a young woman. You're going to adopt those same characteristics. So I tell all of you men out there, if you meet a woman and y'all dating, things are getting serious, you think this is a woman you want to pursue, you better meet her mother. And this is not to say, you know, it's always an exception to the rule, because always somebody who says, well, my mama been a hood rat, but I did different. I get it. There's exceptions. But at the same time, it gives you a strong indication of what you are up against. A person's upbringing speaks volumes as to what type of person they are or what type of person they could potentially become. Absolutely. Attracts Winston. If you go, if for instance, you get serious with this woman, go to a cookout, go to a family event, meet her mama. If her mama is in her 50s and 60s and still got her titties hanging out, even though they touching her kneecaps, or her mom is wearing Daisy Duke shorts, or her mama just twerking it and popping it, you know, on the floor at the cookout and the family event, that lets you know what you're dealing with. Exactly. And that's true too, Terrence Winston. And your parents are still married, cool rice. Yeah, exactly. If her mama is abusive, and it's another thing, watch how her mother treats her dad. Because if she grew up in a household where the mother always ran everything, and the mama always abused the father, and the father was kind of spineless, and let the mama call all the shots. 9 times out of 10, she's going to be very dominant like her mother. If she watched her father be sipped all his life, 9 times out of 10, she's going to feel like she can do that to you or any man. Hell, my mama been telling my daddy what to do all her life, all her life. I should be able to do the same thing. So you got to be careful. You have to meet her mother and just watch and just kind of observe how she acts around her mama. Does she act a little bit more aggressive when she's in the presence of her mother? Is she a lot more bold when her mama is around? Just pay attention to stuff like that, because that's a strong indication of what you're dealing with. If her mom is dysfunctional and her mom is off the chain, 9 times out of 10, guys, she's not too far from it. Unless she has a totally different lifestyle and you can see it. You can see she's totally different from her mom. Like, even though her mama still may act like a little floozy and want to try to flirt with you and all this and that, But if you see she is totally different from her mother. Like, in other words, her mama may have had 8, 9 kids, but you see she's damn near her 40s. She don't have all kind of baby daddies. In other words, you see she's living a different pattern from her mother, then you may stand a decent chance. But if you see her doing a lot of things like her dysfunctional mother, then you might want to be very cautious of that. Okay. So again, just keep in mind that it's very important that when it comes to these women, you meet the woman who raised her, because that's going to tell you a whole lot about what kind of woman you're dealing with. Okay. So the next thing is this is another thing, guys. There's another thing when it comes to these Hoodrats and Possum. When she tells you a lot of sympathy stories without holding herself accountable. Now, it's a lot of them that do that. I notice you got some sisters around here that got more goddamn stories than the Young and the Restless. Got more damn stories than Love and Hip Hop. Got more damn stories than As the World Turns. Story after story after story. All of these sympathy stories about why they baby daddy ain't there for them, why they mama ain't there for them, why they daddy ain't there for them. You want to stay wary away from these women who got more goddamn stories than General Hospital. Exactly, Uptown. Even if she does break the generational curse, still be mindful, because certain characteristics could come out when you least expect it. So you definitely do have to still keep your eyes and monitor her behavior. I agree. I'm so tired of these goddamn stories. Why your baby daddy left you, and why you ain't getting no child support, and why your light bill ain't paid, and why your iPhone bill ain't paid. And some of these women got so many goddamn stories, and it's tiresome. And I tell you guys, a lot of the reason these women that you meet, not all women do this. If it does not apply, you have to reply. But the reason some of these women do this are because they have learned they basically have this perception that if I tell him all of my struggles, he's going to either feel sorry for me and help me. That's the whole reason of them giving you sob stories. Yo, if y'all just dating and she's already telling you about she didn't get her child support this month, she didn't get her food stamps, I don't know how I'm gonna pay my phone bill, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. That's a trap. It's a trap. She's telling you her stories to bait you into doing for her. So you want to avoid women who got too many sob stories. My thing is this: we all have gone through things. We all have had trials, tribulations, and struggles. But my thing is, watch how she tells you those stories. If she's always telling you about what happened to her and she's not taking accountability for any of it, that already lets you know. If she can only tell you what other people have done wrong to her, but she can't tell you anything she has done to contribute to that, that already lets you know what type of female you're dealing with. These chicks be having some thoughties for moms who will throw you the bums for real. True. I've had multiple female moms try to throw their buns at me. I believe it, Raw L. I believe it. Again, some of these possums, they don't grow out of being a freak. You could be some of them been a freak since they've been 13 years old and 60 years old and still a goddamn freak. That's why I'm doing this content, because some of them never grow out of being hood rats. They become possums. So thank you, Raw L, for sharing your experience with us. Because it's true. Now, like I said, we all got sympathy stories, but if she's not holding herself accountable and it's always what other people did to her, you don't want to deal with her, because she's the kind of chick, she does not take accountability for anything. And if you get deeply involved with her, the moment you and her have a problem or issue, she's going to automatically tells you that is your fault, because again, you have accepted a woman who has gotten used to not taking accountability for anything. So be careful with that. Okay, now this is the other thing. This is step number 4. That you have. This is another characteristics of women that are hood rats or females that are possums. None of the fathers of her children get along with her. This is a true indication that she doesn't have the best type of connection with men, which is an indication as to what type of connection she would have with you. Let me tell you something, guys. If you meet a female who has more than one baby daddy and she don't get along with none of them, not a good sign. Not a good sign. You don't get along with none of your baby daddies. You mean to tell me all 5 of them can't stand your ass? Not a good sign. I'm going to tell you why, guys. Now, keep in mind, there are some women out here who are single moms who do try their best to get along with the fathers of their children. But just like you have women out here that are drama, you have guys out here that are drama. So keep in mind that some women don't always have the best relationship with the father of their children. And it's not because she's drama, but he's drama. So you do have to take that into consideration. However, if she got 2, 3 baby daddies and she don't get along with none of them, something is wrong. This is a strong sign that this woman does not have good connection with men. None of them like her. None of them can't stand them. None of them want to connect with the kids because of her. Pay attention. This is another note to guys. To all my guys in the room, this is another note. Watch what kind of relationship she got with the father of her children. If he calls her, listen to how she talks to him when he calls about his kids. If he calls her and you're around and she's talking to him like a dog and handling him like he's just a dog in the street, she cussing him out, calling him all the sorry mother effers, and she's telling you, yeah, I'm gonna take him to child support, yeah, I'm gonna do this, yeah, I'm gonna do that. If the way she treats the men who have children from her, 9 times out of 10, that's the same way she's going to treat you if you were to ever have children from her. It's common sense. Watch what kind of relationship this broad got with the father of her kids. Watch it. If he never comes around, it may be a reason for that. Now, she's not going to be honest. She's not going to tell you, I'm a bitch, I'm extra, I'm drama. She's not going to tell you. She's going to tell you her version. She's going to say, he don't come around. He's not a good father. He's not dependable. She's going to point the fingers at him. She's not going to tell you what she did to make him be the way that he is. So be careful of that. Watch how she treats the father of her children. She dogs him, disrespects him. You see she taking him to court every week. Why in the hell would you want to get pregnant from a female who you see making another man's life miserable? Come on. Why would you want that? You see her on her cell phone calling him every other day, begging for stuff. Why would you want that? That's a strong indication you better get away from her. Because, bruh, if you put a bun in that oven, you're going to be going through the same thing all her other baby daddy's going through. It's not worth it. Uptown says, my father used to tell my brother, She's a firecracker. She hard to live and get along with. Most people around the broad will tell you before you get too deep. Exactly. Exactly. And that's why it's very important, guys. Watch how she treats the men in her life. Watch how she treats her baby father, the father of her children. Watch how she treats her own father. If she talks to her father like a dog, she talks to her own dad like a simp. You don't want that. She talked to her brothers all kind of way. She talked to her uncles all type of way. You don't want that. You do not want to deal with a woman who thinks she can just challenge a man on any type of level. You don't want them kind of problems for yourself, okay? So, moving on to the next one. Let me see. Like I said, none of the fathers of her children get along with her. This is a true indication that she doesn't have the best type of connection with men, which is an indication as to what type of connection she will have with you. Now, this is the next point that you guys have to also keep in consideration when it comes to these hood rats and these possums. She has done a lot of shady things in her past. For instance, she has had children from married men, or she has a history of promiscuous behavior. Some women, in some cases, some men hate to be judged for the past, but just like a job will ask you for your work history to get an indication of what type of worker you are, your past also has a lot to say about your character unless you have made drastic changes with your behavior and lifestyle over time. Now, this is one thing. This is one of those things that it's kind of, you have to take with a grain of salt. When you meet a woman who has a very shady past, she's been with other people, husbands, she has kids from married men, she's been divorced 4 or 5 times. I mean, you might want to be very cautious because certain things from people past displays a whole lot about them. Now, I'm not saying we all don't have a past. I have a past. But unless you have seen her do something totally drastic, like let's say she's been married twice, but she hasn't been married like within a 5-year span since then. That lets you know she's trying to change. She's trying to do something different. She learned her lesson. But if she's 6, 7 husbands later, something wrong with that. The cat facts is real. Social media is the cat facts. Scroll through her history and see the dudes she let smash. Tells you everything you need to know. Absolutely. Absolutely. Unfortunately, and a lot of people say it's not good to judge the past, but let me tell you something. Your past does have a reflection of you. Why do you think when you go apply for a job, they ask you about your past work history? Why do you think these jobs ask you that? And I know in your mind it's pointless because it's like, I don't work there anymore. Why do I have to write on my application my work history? You know why? Because your history displays your character, or it displays your potential character, meaning you can change. But the truth of the matter is, this is part of your past. This is still a part of your characteristics. So you have to be very careful with that, guys. If she got too much shady things in her past, she been with a lot of drug boys, she been with a lot of married men, she been with men with money with all her life. That's something you might want to be cautious of. So keep that in mind as well. So that's number 5. Yeah, if she has any shady things from her past, you have to be very cautious about that. Number 6 is not only women that are important could bring you trouble with women that come from the family. Okay, this is another thing to you guys in the chat room. Not only women that come from poverty could bring you trouble, but also women that come from a family that has always provided for her and gave her the best of things in life, because these type of women start to feel a sense of entitlement. Now, it's not only women that are in a struggle that you got to be cautious of. It's women who are used to getting everything that you also have to be cautious of. A woman who's come from a family that's always given her the best. She had a father that always bought her everything she wanted. You deal with a woman that has come up always getting what she wants. You got to be cautious of her because she's going to constantly look for you to jump hurdles that you can't afford. Exactly, Raw L. So it's not just these broke broads you got to worry about, guys. It's these sport brat females. You got to worry about that too. My heart's so sweetheart Mocha and butter and got stuck with that. Exactly. I'm telling you, a lot of you guys think, oh, you meet a girl that come from a well-off family. Okay, good. She's not struggling. She's not in poverty. She's not a project chick. Yeah, I could be with her. But the problem is these kind of women, they have too many high expectations. She have a father that's a retired judge or retired attorney, and her daddy always did for her. She's going to look for you to do what her daddy did. So y'all got to be careful with that. Yes, my son, mom, R.I.P. Alexander. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's real out there. Guys, you got to be cautious with these women that are spoiled, that are used to the best of everything. It's not only the broke broads you got to worry about. You got to worry about these high maintenance women, you know, that got all these high expectations, and they want you to support a certain lifestyle that you know you can't afford to support. You'll be breaking your neck and sinking yourself in debt just to make her happy, just to impress her, just to make her feel worthy. You know what I mean? So you got to be cautious of that too, because these type of women, they definitely feel a sense of entitlement. They come from a family that's really well off, and you just working a regular paycheck to paycheck job. I guarantee you it's not going to work. Y'all are going to bump heads sooner or later. Oh yeah, them pastor kids, they're definitely no better. Pastor kids are the worst, Zurin. If you ask me, the pastor kids are the worst. Ain't always solid if that's. Oh, absolutely, absolutely, Trax Wanson. Of course not. No, pastor kids are off the chain. Definitely, absolutely not. Number 7, don't let looks deceive you. Possums are not just low-income broads that live in the projects. Possums could be educated, church-going, have multiple college degrees, and come from well-off families. Like I said, and I mentioned it to y'all earlier, don't go by how a woman looks. It doesn't matter if she looks like a model. It doesn't matter if she looks like she came from the damn zoo. You have to realize that hood rats come on different levels. You got light-skinned hood rats. You got dark-skinned hood rats. You got white hood rats. You got Puerto Rican hood rats. You got rich hood rats. You got poor hood rats. You got hood rats that live in the suburbans. You got hood rats that live in the projects. You got hood rats that don't have no children. You got hood rats that got children. You got hood rats that are married. You got hood rats that are single. You got hood rats that go to church. You got hood rats that go to the club. You got hood rats on so many levels. Okay, a hood rat is not just a black chick who lives in a project. All right, a hood rat is a young tramp under her 30s, or a possum, which is an old hood rat over her 30s. They looking for a man that could produce to them the come up. That's what it's all about. She makes her living off of looking for a sucker that's going to provide. Okay, that's what hood rat and possums do. Now, another thing is, this is a big point, guys. I don't want y'all to miss out on this point. This is a very significant point. Point number 8 is, has she had a healthy relationship with her father? If her father has abandoned her, abused her, 9 times out of 10, she is likely to have issues of abandonment and abuse, which may be a bit too much for you to handle. And I will tell you guys, because men, y'all have the tendency to think y'all can be Superman to everything. And I know it's in a man's nature. Men, y'all like to take on a challenge. Y'all think y'all can fix everything. But even as a grown man, it's certain things you cannot fix when it comes to a woman. You cannot fix a woman's mental state of being. You can't fix it. If she's had a very unhealthy relationship with her father left her father abused her. Let me give y'all another thing. Note to men in this room. Note to men. You really have to be very cautious of the type of childhood a woman has. Some of these women, believe it or not, no matter how good they look, no matter how educated they are, even if they make good money, some of these women have grown up in households where they have been molested, sexually, and physically abused. It's a lot of women walking around here who look like they got it together, but mentally, a lot of them are still broken little girls from events that have transpired in their past during their youth. It's one thing to solve a problem, but damn, don't try to solve a mathematical equation that unlocks the secrets. Exactly, Rael. Good point. Some of these women that you may run upon, or you may end up in a committed relationship with, some of these women have broken childhood. Some of these women have been raped. Some of these women have been molested. And a lot of these women, believe it or not, even with their college degrees, they coach bags, they red bottom shoes, they long hair, whatever they think they got going for themselves, a lot of these women are walking around troubled because a lot of them have not gotten any psychological help for things that was done to them as a child. You know, so believe it or not, a lot of women are dysfunctional or have mental issues because a lot of them were molested. A lot of them were raped. You'll be surprised how many young women have been raped by their own fathers. And they are full grown women, and you will not know just by looking at her because she has college degrees, she owns her own business, she drives nice cars. You would not know a broken woman from a distance. You're not going to know because these women have buried themselves behind that type of pain for so long, they have not dealt with it. And you will see things about them that is completely throwing you off. You'll see them getting upset about stuff for no reason. You'll see them lashing out. You'll see she just snapping on you. I had a guy that told me one time his wife used to beat him in his sleep. I mean, she would beat him in the middle of them making love. She would just snap and fight him. And he couldn't understand that. He could not understand why she would just lash out on him. And she finally broke down and she told him that she had been molested, that her father had been raping her for years. And he did not know that. He didn't understand why in the middle of them making love and he thinking everything going great, she's enjoying everything, she would just snap and fight him off of her. And he could not understand that. Some of you men that are dealing with all kind of type of abuse, a woman snapping at you, going off, y'all in the middle of love making, I'm telling you, it's something she's not telling you. It's something she may have been molested. And what has happened is a lot of women, you know, that have experienced molestation because they never got any help for it. They family taught them how to just conceal the damage that was done. So a lot of them have programmed themselves to dealing with the pain, which means they're walking around in it and you won't even know it. They're walking around still mentally in hostage for all the abuse and the molestation that they suffered. Azurian says, I'm in a committed relationship with a woman who didn't know her dad, been with her going on 10 years now and getting married this year. Wait a minute, one woman who didn't know her dad, been with her going on 10 years now and get married. Let me see, this year. She does get upset sometimes when she thinks on it. Definitely before that hand, yeah, I need to just what she does. Rael, I advise any man or woman if they decide to get married, get counseling. If there's some chick going out here, it had one chick told me she didn't like getting hit from the back because of rape. I'm telling you, Rael, it's very, very deep. This is stuff that black men and black women, we don't talk about stuff like this. Y'all know it. When can any of y'all in this chat room honestly say you had a deep intellectual conversation with a man or another woman and y'all was able to just really share y'all personal struggles with each other? It's very important in the black community. people are coming together and no one's being honest about things they have gone through in their childhood or things they have experienced. Because believe it or not, I know some of you men, y'all have been abused as children. Y'all may have not experienced. Some of y'all have been sexually abused. Some of y'all have been physically abused, been beat on, and fought by your dad or fought by your mother who used to drink too much. I'm telling you, a lot. There's a lot of broken black men and black women in the community. It's a lot of brokenness. And the problem is a lot of us have learned to hide that pain behind bitterness and behind egos. And that is why a lot of us cannot be delivered and we cannot be healed. We cannot really move forward in life because a lot of us are too ashamed or too embarrassed of things that have happened to us in the past. And instead of us getting counseling, going to church, or whatever spiritual outlet you need to be able to face it, a lot of y'all have learned to just remain imprisoned in your own pain. You don't have to just be in jail to be incarcerated. You could be in. A lot of people, when we hear being institutionalized, we hear that stating all the time. When he's institutionalized, she institutionalized. Newsflash, you don't have to have been an inmate to be institutionalized. Do you not realize you could be institutionalized behind being molested as a child? You could be institutionalized behind being abused. It's more than one way to become institutionalized. Your own negative traumatic experiences can imprison you and hold you hostage if you don't get any professional psychiatric help, or you don't get some type of spiritual cleansing. Find you a good home-based church. I'm not saying religion works for everybody, but it has for me. But some of you, the reason why y'all cannot get it together, because a lot of y'all are still broken little boys, broken little girls, even though you're a full-grown man and you got hair on your chest, you got hair on your face, you're a full-grown woman, you still that broken little girl that still has not gotten help from what has happened to you as a child. And the same thing with you men. You are, and men, y'all are not near as verbal as we are. Y'all don't express yourselves near as much as we do. So y'all hold 20 times more stuff in than we ever could. And some people deal with their pain by drinking, becoming an alcoholic, drugs, sex. It's all type of things we're using in the world to novocaine the pain from our past. And it does not matter how much you drink, how much you smoke, how much you have sex, until you deal with the issue at hand. All of these worldly devices that you are using to get past the pain is only going to bring you temporary alleviation. It's not going to fix it. Trax Winston says counseling is private. People who are ashamed don't realize that other folks don't have to know a person is seeking help. Exactly. It don't even have to be somebody in your town. And I agree. Rael, the same chick, broke down in front of me and said she didn't feel worthy of me, even though I treated her good and put her on the pedestal. Just out of the blue, started crying. I'm actually going to pursue my license counseling here in Texas. I don't know how Congress passed the Century Cures, which tried to address mental health. Awesome. And we need more Black people like that, Rael, in the community that's willing to try to help a lot of Black people that are mentally troubled, that are emotionally that are in a lot of emotional turmoil. We need a lot of that in the Black community. So basically, guys, I broke down to all of you the different things that you need to look out for. I mean, it's things you got to avoid. Like I said, you have these hood rats who have become possums, meaning they have not grown out of that hood rat mentality. What, like Ronnie said in the movie Players Club, I'm gonna use what I got to get what I want. And if you're the kind of man, you narrow-minded in your thinking, your expectations are small. A woman just has to look good. She got to know how to throw it on you. She got to know how to make you feel like king of the jungle in the bedroom and all of these other things. If you are that narrow-minded and you are that small-minded as a man, you're going to be simped many times. If that's all it takes for a woman to win you over, If that's all it takes for a woman to make you notice her value, I hate to tell you, you're going to be sadly disappointed because you're just going to keep attracting possums. You're going to keep attracting possums because the truth of the matter is, not only do we have a lot of scorned black women out here, but we have a lot of scorned black men. It's scorned black men and scorned black women. A lot of us are scorned because it's things that have happened in our past, especially relationships that we have not healed from. It's that one woman you loved and cared about that disappointed you, or for you ladies, it's that one man that you loved and cared about that disappointed you. And a lot of us are still broken. And the thing about it is, you need to find somebody you can confide in, whether if it's a pastor or a therapist. You need to heal from that hurt. God cannot heal what you don't reveal. And again, hurt people hurt people. If you do not heal, you're going to take your same anger and animosity and you're going to put it towards somebody else that did nothing to you, that had nothing to do with your situation. Ladies, I advise you, if you experience some type of rape or molestation, please get help, get counseling. Do not hold on to that stuff. Do not walk around here acting like, you can overcome it and you got it together, because you don't. Now these are the other 2 points too. I almost forgot about this. I got 2 more points for you guys out there with these possums and these hood rats. Do not deal with a woman who drinks too much or gets high excessively too much. Don't deal with a woman that smokes and drink all the time, because this woman is going to bring chaos into her life. That's going to bring chaos into your life. You got some women who have no control over their liquor. After a couple of glasses of wine, they passed out drunk on somebody's sofa where a man could take advantage of them. They could barely walk to their car from the club. Do not deal with women who drink or smoke too much. Women that have excessive drug use. You don't need them kind of problems. A woman like that is going to create you problems. A woman who drinks too much, they either are very loose at the mouth, or they're very loose at being promiscuous. Alcohol affects people in different ways. Some women are very combative when they drink. They want to fight everybody in the club. Somebody looking at them, they want to fight. You don't want to deal with a woman that drinks or gets high too much. Yeah, that'd be a good one, Trax Winston. Yeah, and I'm definitely going to check it out to see what kind of content you got. So yeah, just let me know when you load it up. But yeah, you don't want to deal with a woman who drinks or get high too much, guys, because these type of women, they are high risk factor to you. I had a husband who was married to, I'm saying I got a husband, I'm sorry. I had a cousin who was married to a woman that stayed drunk. Do you not realize how many court fees and DUI classes he had to pay for? Oh, you shooting it tonight? Oh, okay. I'm gonna check it out. Yeah, some girls turn into bone crusher, exactly. Or if they're not turning into bone crushers, Azurian, they letting everybody else crush their damn bones. Some of you women, y'all drink a high, y'all be passed out, 8, 9 different dudes taking turns, pumping up and down on you. The next day, you don't remember a goddamn thing. That's dangerous. You that a female or man or woman who cannot handle their liquor, you don't want to deal with people like that, because they're gonna bring you trouble. Like I said, my cousin wife, she cost him a lot of money between lawyers, between DUI classes, and DUI classes are expensive. I've never had a DUI, but anybody who else has had it, I've heard they're almost like $300 per class. So you'd be having to take like 10 of them classes. Them DUIs, I heard, ain't no joke. You dealing with somebody that drink too much or smoke too much, you don't want that. They are high risk factor. And it's the last point. Dealing with the female who refuses to act and dress her age. Like I said, you have a lot of these possums. They try to dress like these young women in the club, not understanding that you are an older woman, you're a grown woman, your time has expired. Let these young girls have the go. Let them go ahead and have their moment. Let them go ahead and do them. You done had your chance to do all of that. If you over 40 years old, you should not be dressing like you 19. You should not be wearing pants so tight that like somebody painted them on you, and you got a big old can of biscuits in the front of your stomach. Well, it's like your stomach about to bust like a can of biscuits. You need to dress your age. Stop trying to dress like these young women out here. Let these young women have their moment. You had your moment to be young, to be a floozy, to be a skank. It's over. Just because they make it for big women, that don't mean big women need to be wearing it. I ain't trying to be funny. And some women are too skinny. You too skinny, you don't need to be wearing no tights. Looking like a chopstick. You don't need to be wearing no tights. What's up, Neon Eyes? It's good to see you. When you get a certain age, you're supposed to carry yourself different, dress different, act different. I don't even smoke or drink myself. Seeing these females in the clubs with drinks in their hands on social media shows you have a lot of female drunks. I'm telling you, Rael, because it's a lot of females that's going through a lot of emotional problems, and they can only deal with it through the bottle, by sipping on the bottle. You got a lot of women out there who drink a lot. Exactly. You had your moment. Let it go. Let me tell you something. I done did all my clubbing. What's up, Rob Carpenter? Good to see you. Yes, I'm well, Neon. Appreciate you for asking. I had my moment. When I was 19, 20, I stayed in every goddamn club you could think of. I clubbed, I bar hopped, I had my fun, I had my time to be young and wild. And I guess that's why, even though I'm not exactly near my 40s, though I'm pushing my 40s, I can stay at home and be chilled, and it doesn't bother me. Because at my age, I remained a teenager. I didn't tie myself down being a mom at a young age. So while a lot of my friends in high school was mothers and having babies, I was 19, 20. I was in every goddamn club. I had no kids. I had no husband. I clubbed. I mean, I made a lot of club owners. I done made them rich. I done paid off a lot of these club owners' homes and their mortgages, because that's all I used to do at 19 years old. Exactly, Trax Winston. But when you're young, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to have fun, wild out. Don't wild out too much, though. You know, you're supposed to live. You're supposed to enjoy. And I'm very grateful that I had that time to enjoy just being a girl. While a lot of my friends experienced parenting young, got tied down young, I'm glad that I did get to experience all of that. So by the time I got in my middle 20s, I was ready to settle down. I got married by the time I was 25. Because I did everything. I didn't live my life too fast, too young. You know, I stayed young for a long time, so I got to enjoy my life. And see, the problem is, guys, a lot of these females that y'all see in the club that's over 40 still charging just like they're 20. A reason why a lot of these females have not let go of being young is because a lot of them didn't get a chance to be young. A lot of them became mothers at 15, 16, 17 years old. And now that their child is about grown and they'll move out, now they want to reverse it and go to the clubs and do everything that they should have did when they was 18, 19. So when you see these older women out here in the club doing crazy stuff like that, y'all, the guys, that comes from the fact that they lived their life too young, too fast. And they didn't really get a chance to experience it. And now they're trying to backtrack and do all the things they should have did when they was younger. Let's see. What's up, Turf? Appreciate you coming in. When I used to do deliveries back in the day, many chicks get to the pizza shop. I worked at high and drunk. That's so, exactly. I had girlfriends who drank and smoked. Now keep in mind, I would drink, but when I did drink, it was very light. I would have like a glass of wine, but I would never let myself get pissy drunk to where the next day I'm waking up in a Roach Motel with one stiletto missing and somebody laying beside me weighing 500 pounds. Because I wanted to be in my right mind. I ain't want nobody taking advantage of me. I never was one to drink or smoke and get high because I want to know what was going on. I didn't want nobody taking advantage of me. Uh, Thank you, Turf. I appreciate it. Thank you. I really appreciate that. The stupid thing keep moving around. Let's see. Trying to get to y'all comments. This crazy thing keep moving. Why I keep moving like that? It's so sickening. My grandmother told me when I told her that I didn't want kids, enjoy your 20s, turn all the way up and then pipe down. Exactly. Exactly. That's what you're supposed to do. Get that stuff out your system because it's very important, as crazy as it is, you party and you have a good time. Because if you don't, by the time you get older, you're gonna want to run out there and do it. You know what I mean? And it's worse by then because you're grown. That's why my daughter, she's 17, but I allow her to live her life. I want her to just enjoy being a girl, you know, because I want her to get to that point to where she's done so much while she's young. By the time she's her middle 20s, she's ready to sit down, become somebody's wife. You know, she don't live her life. She ain't wait until she get married. Now she want to wild out, and that's what happens. A lot of you men, if you are with a woman that's still wilding out and still at the club, 9 times out of 10, that meant she never got a chance to do all of that when she was young. And that's going to be that's a bad habit to get as you age to want to party and run the streets. Let me see. About the clubbing. Let's see. I hate clubs. I think they're a light version of hell. Yeah, I don't do clubs like I used to. I go out once in a while. I'm more into jazz bars. And if and sometimes it's not always clubs, it's the kind of club. Like I like to go to blues clubs. I like to go to the blues clubs where there's like people 40 and like 50 and up because they don't have all them fights and they don't be carrying on like that. It's these young clubs. I don't have no patience for it. Yep, alcohol and mental illness is a recipe for disaster, right, Darius? I go like 5 times too fake for me, and it is. The club is nothing but a facade because everybody that's in there, they're not there for the right reasons. A lot of them are to the club because it's things not right at home. They're going through problems in their marriage, or either they don't have a marriage, or you know, to me, it's nothing but a lot of lonely and broken people that's in pain that have to constantly be in the clubs. But all the trapping the priority. That's how I used to drink. I don't like the busy drink. Yeah, I do like my little mellow drinks, Angela. I like my little wine and stuff. I don't mess with that vodka. I don't mess with no Patron and Hennessy. Oh hell no. I leave that to y'all professional. I leave the Hennessy to the professionals. I don't mess with that. I'm a coward drinker. I drink my little Arbor Mist, my little Gallo family, my little Boone's Farm. I don't mess with that hard stuff. Y'all can have it. That stuff will get me sick. It'll put me in a coma. 2 sips and I'm in a coma. I can't mess with that Hennessy and E&J. I don't mess with that stuff. I saw an old school thought mama today at the gas station. She still had her shape, but I could tell she had a hard life by looking at her face. Oh, exactly. Exactly. You can tell a lot about how a woman has lived based on, you know, the physical characteristic of her face. It'd be all in the face. I agree. Yeah, Azerian, I will leave the Henny to y'all professionals. I can't mess with it. No, sir. 1 sip and somebody have been around a train on me. I ain't messing with that stuff. I ain't messing with that stuff because somebody been on run a train on me. I ain't doing it. No, thank you. I walked into the club fight and feel like I'm the only authentic person in Hollywood. That's how I feel. That's why I don't go turf. I don't do clubs. I just don't. I go every once in a while, but I don't go a lot. And then when I do go, I don't stay long because I get aggravated. It's always that 150-year-old dude wearing a throwback jersey. And I can't do it. I can't do it. Crown Royal. Okay. That old school drink. I'm a lame. I drink Manischewitz. I love the hell out of Manischewitz. Because it's true raw ale. I can't handle it. I will never drink something like that. I would never drink nothing like that. I'll get taken advantage of, and I know I would. Give me tequila and orange juice. Now, I'm going to tell y'all one mixed drink I do like. Have anybody in here ever tried the amaretto sour? Now, I love that. Any of y'all familiar with the amaretto sour? Now, I absolutely, now I love that. Now, that's my mixed drink now. Now, I like that, and I like daiquiris. I like strawberry daiquiri, mango daiquiri, stuff like that. I like sweet drinks. Give me a cigar and some yak and we good. Oh, cigar and some yak. Okay, okay. Oh, Neon girl. I had a guy bought me that one time. I didn't even know what amaretto sour was. And I remember I was at some club. This before I met my husband. And he was like, I would like to buy you a drink. And I'm like, I guess. He said, what would you like to drink? Because by me not really being a drinker, I didn't know like what to order. He said, I know what you might like. I'm going to get you amaretto sour. Why he did that? I've been hooked on amaretto sour since. I love that. Yes, I do my girly drinks. That you damn skippy tracks, Wanson. And I'm good. I'm not, I love my girly drinks. Yes, I do. Y'all ain't running no train on me. I ain't messing with that hard stuff. No, I ain't ending up in the backseat of somebody's car. Nope, I'm not ending up in somebody's alley at somebody Roach Motel. I'm not doing that. I don't care. I'd rather be lame. I'd rather be lame than to find my walls done been stretched out. It's not happening. I'm not doing it. Absolutely. But I hope that everybody tonight had gained something from this content. You know, like I said, I told you guys last week when I did the content for the ladies, for all of my ladies who are just coming in, tonight's content was for the guys. But if you missed out last week, I did a content for the ladies called Build a Bum. So trust and believe, I didn't just go out for the guys and I didn't go out for you ladies. Once I log off, you could check out my video last week called Build the Bumps. I did a part 1 and a part 2. So I looked out for y'all as well. So I gave y'all some recipe on wisdom and knowledge dealing with them builder bums. I looked out for my guys tonight, and I did the Hoodrats to old possums. I gave the guys their content for tonight. So like I said, everybody should be straight. Are we all good in here? Because I took care of everybody. I took care of the ladies, and I took care of the guys. I looked out for everybody. So nobody cannot say, I just looked out for the guys. I just looked out for the women. I took care of all of y'all. Jen is my name. It is okay, Trax Winston. Email me too when you decide, because sometimes I don't be on YouTube to catch, you know. So email me so I'll know to go on YouTube, because sometimes I'm not on YouTube. I don't get in trouble, but every time I got in trouble, I have been drinking. Oh goodness, that's a good one, Darius. A woman would tell you who she is in 3 minutes. You just gotta exactly, because women, we can't hold water. We can't, especially if a man is sitting up there listening and acting half concerned. Oh, child, we tell it all. Oh, yes. And my baby daddy, I'm on my 3rd baby daddy, and him except my child support. And now I ain't getting no food stamps because of the government shut down. And now I'm about to lose my housing. And then my other baby daddy, he don't want to have nothing to do with my son. And yeah, women will spill their guts. Any man, I show them a little bit of empathy. I tell you, men, if you want a woman to tell on herself, just listen to act concerned. She will tell you every god doggone thing. No problem, Turf. I appreciate it so much. Yeah, so for all of y'all who are just coming in, I'm going to leave this up. I gave all the guys in here tonight all of the characteristics that defines a young hood rat and a possum. I'll explain it to everybody again. A young hood rat is a female under the age of 30 that's using men as a means of survival, as a come up. And you have these possums who used to be hood rats, but because they're over 40, you're not a hood rat anymore. You're a goddamn possum because you old now. You old rat. Old rats are possum. So I can't call you ladies over to you hood rats over 40 hood rats anymore. Y'all are goddamn possums. You old, and it is what it is. Anyway, y'all, if you like tonight's content, make sure y'all thumb it up. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Share this with your guys. For the men, if y'all got homeboys who guys or male friends who still trying to learn out the dynamics of dealing with women, be sure to share this content with them tonight. Same thing with you ladies. I did y'all content last night about the builder bums. Believe me, we got some sisters who need that message. I gave them a lot of medicine. and our content last night. I even did a part 1 and a part 2 because that's just how bad off some of these sisters are. For you men, I don't have to do a part 2 for y'all because usually when I tell y'all something, y'all get it. So for all my guys, I thank y'all so much. I thank y'all for the donations. I appreciate it. Thank you. Any blessing is a little blessing. I thank you for the donation. No price is too big. No donation is too big or too small. I consider it a blessing. I'm very grateful. I'm grateful for those of you who were not able to donate, but you showed up tonight. You rocked out with me. You represented. You came in and you brought your positive energy. I thank all of you so much. I'm so grateful. I'm so appreciative for all of my subscribers. I don't see y'all just as subscribers, but I see y'all as family. So again, I want to thank y'all for having my back, for rocking with me this long. For those of you who just joined the family, I thank you for becoming a part of my team. And again, y'all, it's been real. It's been wonderful. I'm going to be doing a content very soon on marriage. I think it's well needed because it's people that want to get married and it's people who are struggling in marriage. So I really want to do a 3-part series about marriage because I think it is really, really needed in the Black community. And there's too much false information out there about marriage. And I'm tired of Black men and Black women being poisoned by these YouTubers about don't marry Black men and don't marry Black women. I hate when other Black YouTubers, we try to tear down our own people by not wanting our people to connect with our own people. And I'm so sick of that. And I really want to shed some different light to all of you about marriage to let you know Black love can work. I've been married for 19 years to a Black man. It is possible. Don't let these man cave channels manipulate you that all Black women are supportive, all Black women are solid, all Black women don't have your back. That is not true. You have some Black women out here who are in a struggle with these Black men. Thank you, Gab Talk Media. I appreciate you so much. Same thing with my sisters out here. I'm tired of these other Black women who got panels poisoning other Black women, saying you need to swirl dead outside your race. All Black men ain't no good. I am so sick and tired of the Black community poisoning each other. And it's not bringing us together. If anything, it's dividing us even more. Black love is possible. Please do not believe the stereotypes because people are only giving you advice based off of their own negative experiences. They're not giving you real advice. You got, to my ladies out there, you got Black women that are giving you negative advice about Black men when the truth of the matter is she was the one. She's the reason for why no man would choose to be with her. Thank you, El Zurian, for the $5 donation. Thank you so much. And again, I appreciate you for coming in. Make sure you subscribe because I want all of y'all to come around a lot more. The thing I'm tired of Black women because you have bitter relationships from your past because your baby daddy won't pay you child support or because you don't have promiscuous behavior. You want to go around here and blame all Black men for your behavior, and you poison other Black women, and you trying to turn other Black women against Black men, all because you made some dumbass decisions. I'm tired of it. Black men, Black women, please stop poisoning the Black community, all because your baby mama or your baby daddy used you, lied to you, or because you were so stupid, you went after the big butt, or you went after his money. See, Black people, we need to stop telling people the version we want people to feel sorry for us for. Tell the whole truth. Stop just telling one side of the story. All right. So on that note, y'all, I definitely thank all of y'all for supporting me and rocking with me. If anybody wants me to join the panel or anything, email me, hit me up. I will be glad to support your brand just like you are supporting mine, because as Black people, we have to look out for one another, okay? So again, y'all, it's been real. Again, I enjoyed y'all for being here. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. It is your girl, Lady Mocha, signing off. And remember, I'm going to always pour you a cup of truth, and I will always break you off with a slice of knowledge. Y'all take care. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see y'all next time.